the sun's just coming up. It's pretty early in the morning, but I wanted to film this because I've been just letting this water run for, well, months to try to, first to just try to get it here from its source back in the mountain. And it's been here now for quite a while, and I've been just letting it run out. Here you can see, probably you can see that it's running out. But I'm going to block this up this morning because we've got a stretch of sunny days coming. It's not dry by any means. And I want to see, if I block that up, how wide that gets, how much spillage it gets. Now I'm going to find out how truly level it is. And I can afford to let the water spill out the side to go down and irrigate this. It's not as dry as it looks because you know, it's just dry on the surface as you can see. And I've been working my way back along the hillside with the ditches, but that's kind of another story. I'm not going to put the pigs on here today. I'm going to put them on the west pasture. Wow, who would guess that it would be so hard to dig sod out when honeysuckle's here? It just doesn't want to let go of the shovel when you get through there. But anyway, I managed to get some sods out and I blocked that. I have a feeling this is going to fill very fast. I'm going to come back here several times during the day. The next place the water's going to go out is right there, which is an old place that I was letting it down before. And then I'm real curious about seeing how far back it brims over the bank. There's Molly, there's Sally going along grazing. Pigs eat grass, but they won't just eat anything. They have a palate for sure. There's one of the younger, or one of the youngest gilt grazing. Here comes one of the three older piglets. Oh, she's talking to me. I don't know if I can film this at the same time. I'm rubbing behind her ears. This is love talk. Uh-oh. here's a boar. Alright, I'm gonna stop filming. I know, you're sweet. You're sweet. They expect, let's see, I'm missing one of the big ones, so I got 3, 6. One of them's back to the barn. They expect that I'm going to put them over on that pasture. That's what I do about this time. Well, first I let them graze. This is all new this year, pretty much. You know, I dug those ditches this year, and that is new, absolutely, this year. I got all the way over to the supply just yesterday, actually. But I'm just showing you this to give you some idea what it looks like. That's Pennsylvania sedge that she's eating. Wiregrass, I call it sometimes. It's such a headache for anyone using a sickle bar mower. It just clogs a sickle bar mower. But pigs eat it. There's piglets are eating the prunings of Russian olive. I left, I'll talk about that later. I left the trees themselves there, some of them, but I pruned a lot of branches off. And the pigs immediately found stuff to eat there in those leaves. They're dying back now. Oh, I just missed a chance to film. I wasn't quick enough. The two boars were fighting. That brown one in the middle of the three over there drove, or I don't know which one won actually. Oh, and anyway, I wanted to see if I. Yep, she says nope, not in the mood. Go away. I wanted to see if I could capture that hickory. Wow, that's right into the sun. I guess it won't hurt the camera, but rough on the eyes. Look at them eating that sedge. Cows won't eat it. Goats won't eat it. Here's where I stopped digging yesterday, probably. I'm bringing that ditch. I got a long ways to go with that one, but I'm probably going to take that one all the way to the barn, probably. When the ground's soft, it's not hard to dig it. But anyway, that's what it looks like. When I get to the end, well, then I let the water out. But while I'm digging, I watched. The secret is if it runs in, well, then you didn't go uphill. If the water runs in and runs out, well, then you went downhill. I don't talk too much about the cherry tree house because I don't really regard that as part of Frank's school. It's kind of separate. That's that house that I moved 70 miles. My mother's great grandfather, I think, built it. But I stopped here not because of that. Oh, look here. There's one of the pigs is eating the leaves off a Russian olive or autumn olive, if you want. But I stopped because, for the record, there's a foundation in there. There's an old foundation about halfway between us and that apple tree. And it leaks. I mean, the water comes out of that old foundation. And that's where I let the water go through underneath the lane. But it's real wet there all the time. And I'll eventually put the pigs in there. We're going to reveal that foundation. Stones are probably all gone. And there's a mockingbird. I'll have more to say about those guys later. Here's Molly. She's eating away at that Pennsylvania sedge too. She was so skinny last winter. I thought for sure she was going to die. I let too many piglets on her for too long, and it wore her down. But she's recovered a lot. I think she's probably going to be fine. Pigs are a little confused because normally at this point I'd turn them across the lane and they'd go in that fit. And that pig, that boar, he's eating the little leaves on a multiflora rose where I've pruned it back, and the fresh leaves. He's eating like that. In season, they'll eat all kinds of stuff. I mean, multiflora rose is another real big problem for for farmers and ranchers. Okay, they're figuring it out. They're not going over there this morning. Now, the reason I'm not putting them over there, actually, or not entirely, is because Sally, she decided she wanted to stay over there yesterday afternoon. She went to sleep right in the ditch, laying right down in the ditch, and her big body, of course, it blocked the ditch just fine. And I didn't mind it. She basically was telling me, you can get me up and wake me up, but it's going to be more hassle than it's worth. So I just let her sleep, and I left all the pigs over there. They were all sleeping. They're going to have their siesta in the field, in the shade, instead of in the barn. Lots of pollen on the water. There comes a cat. I wonder why they come along crying when they come. If anyone out watching this video knows what that plant is, I'd love it if you'd comment. When it gets taller, I'll know what it is, and I'll probably be mowing them down or cutting them back because nothing will eat it. But until it comes to flower, I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to recognize it. They got her to stop following along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, one of the pigs is in the barn still.